Hi, my name is Reggie Howze, and I'm 81 years young.
And I'm Shawna Bridget Howze, and I'm 71 years young.
Before we begin, let me start by saying a disclaimer that this episode, first of all, is called Our Journey to Plant-Based Eating. But it's our experiences and our opinions in this episode, not necessarily trying to convince anyone or tell anyone what to eat or how to eat it, and so on and so forth. This episode is not medical advice to anyone, nor is it in any way that if anyone has any health-related concerns, we advise you to consult your qualified healthcare professional. Okay, that being said, once again, this episode is our journey. It's telling a little bit about our journey toward plant-based eating. I'll begin by saying that my journey towards plant-based eating, I'm sure it began long ago in my life. Back to when I was a child, 6, 7, 8, in my younger adolescent years, it was always such a high point to eat chicken and the various parts of chicken, and always the adults had what we called at that time the better part of the chicken, which is the breast and the legs and the wings. So as a child, as I watched they always gave the children the necks and the backs of and sometimes the feet of the chicken. But rarely did we ever get wings or breasts or the legs. So early on, I had convinced myself that I was going to, when I got older, I was going to eat all the necks, all of the wings and the breasts and the legs and thighs that I could get a hold of when I got older and started making some money, you know. And they gave us Kool-Aid and they drank Pepsi. And so that was how we grew up. We grew up eating organ meats from pigs. We ate the pig kidneys. We ate the pig liver. We ate everything on the pig from the snoot to the tail, the hoofs. You know, we ate all kinds of pigs, and we ate beef. You know, and so let me say also that my mother had 12 children. She raised 3 more. So that was a clan in a village of 15 children that my parents had. And now it has dwindled to a very, very few. As a matter of fact, there's only 2 of us left out of 15 children and my mom and dad. So that was 17. And out of the 17, 16 died from heart disease. And the other, 16 died from heart disease and also cancer and strokes. And they're all gone now. So I wondered in my life as to why they were gone so early. My last brother just died at 94 years old, which was an anomaly. It was very unusual for anybody in my family to live that long. But his wife had a garden out in the yard for much of their marital life, and so I believe that's what saved him a lot from much of the medical degradation that plagued most of my family. And I believe that the garden was probably the deciding difference in his life. But we lived a modest life, but we are here today, and mostly because the Lord has spared us. So and I'm in the best shape of, I believe I'm in the best shape of any of my siblings and my mom and dad, because I don't have any chronic disease whatsoever. I'm 81 years old, almost 82 years old, but I have no medications, no chronic disease, and I have no reason to go to a hospital for anything. So what I'm hoping to do is live to 100 years old. After that, all bets are off. Who knows after that? But my goal right now is to live healthy. What the Lord has given me a very long hyphenated word, healthy longevity. And the Lord has shown me how to reach that goal of healthy longevity through what I eat. And so I go back to when I lived in Atlanta. I began looking around, and the dietary consciousness in Atlanta was quite high. As a matter of fact, African Americans are the highest ethnic group to become vegans in the whole country. There are more African Americans becoming vegan than anyone else, and it stands to reason because we're very much the sickest group subgroup in this country. And my mom used to say, if you knew better, you would do better. And so we're learning how to eat better. And finally, many of us are associating what we're eating with the condition of our bodies. And so anyway, I began thinking about why it is that my siblings became so ill. And as I reach back in our family history, I have to point to what everyone was eating. Those chickens, those pigs, and I was included in that. I'm not excluding myself, but I can tell you this: when I stopped eating those animals, those dead animals, my life has been truly, truly amazing. It's been my experience that when I stopped eating particularly the pork and the cows and the chickens, my weight just, I was only 180 pounds plus, but when I stopped eating those things, I immediately lost 20 pounds. So 20 pounds just jumped off of my body somehow before I even realized it. I wasn't trying to lose weight, but I had a little bit of a stomach, and a skinny guy with a big stomach is just not it's not a good look. It's just not a good thing. But I lost 20 pounds, and then as I proceeded to make my smoothies and eat my salads and abstain from eating dead animals, I lost another 5 pounds, and life has truly been amazing. So the risk the medical and biological risk of me living to 100 years has gone up exponentially. So I'm 82. I'm living right now to when I become 90, and I believe that eating fruits and vegetables and plants and whole grains, like we eat, is the best way to try to get there. Plus, we exercise almost every morning, and so that's another way that we use to extend our lives to healthy longevity. So let me say quickly, I'm 82 right now. So in 8.5 years, I'll be 90. So stick with me now. You're my family, and I want you to come with me. Whatever your age is, I want you to get ready for the next decade in your life by getting ready now. So I'm getting ready now by plant-based eating. My wife Shawna calls herself a vegan, and I call myself whole food plant-based. And so I feel amazing ever since I arrived here at this place. And
so when did you become plant-based? How long has it been?
It's been only about 3 years. Only about 3 years, and not even that actually, because I was still eating eggs, But to be totally plant-based is not to eat eggs, not to eat cheese, not to drink cow's milk, and not to eat any of those. Of course, not to eat any of those dead animals. But in very, very recently, I stopped eating eggs, probably within the last six months or so. So it's been a journey. It's been a long, long journey. But I'm hoping not to experience the same fate as my other siblings who died of the major causes of diseases in this country, which is heart disease in its various forms, and cancer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what do you feel is the main benefit that you've
do I have? The main benefit is good health. Mm-hmm. I want to emphasize right now that your health is your wealth. If you don't take anything away from this conversation at all, just please remember that your health is your wealth, and that's what I'm experiencing right now. Is no matter how much money I might accumulate, no matter how much material things I may gain from whatever experience, none of that is my real wealth. My real wealth is my health. Mm-hmm. Because without my health, I pretty much got nothing. Mm-hmm. You've never seen a Brinks truck riding behind a hearse. So once you leave out of here, it doesn't matter how much money or material gain you have. It's all about your health. Yeah.
So no matter how old you are, it's never too late to change.
Yeah.
Your habit.
Yeah.
My journey is, I guess, it's a little different than your journey.
Okay.
The Lord kind of, many years ago, Lord took pork out of my life. I was in the supermarket, and I was going to get some of that honey baked shaved. They were going to shave the
like chip ham.
Yeah, something like that. I was going to make some sandwiches, and I was standing in line. Lord said, "No, you're not going to buy that." And the Lord speaks to me. and I know when the Lord's telling me not to do something, you know. So I didn't buy the lunch meat I was going to buy, and then the Lord told me I wasn't going to eat no pork at all. So it's been a while, maybe 20 years.
20 years.
I haven't eaten pork.
Well,
but then I'm not sure how long it's been that I haven't eaten beef. I was looking at something on the news and something about beef and the dye they were putting in the ground meat and stuff.
Yeah.
The Lord just kind of convicted me again that that's something that I should just leave alone, you know. So that was like gradual. And then as far as fish, and I just stopped, I don't know, for some reason, just stopped cooking fish in the house. Like I would get a fish sandwich from down Woolies or somewhere, you know. Get me a fish sandwich. They were good, you know. Back then they were good, you know. Give me a fish sandwich, you know. And then one day I was listening to a podcast, you know, and then this lady referred to this book, so I bought the audio book, and then she was talking about you can make a change like one meal at a time, you know, just, you know, not all your meals at one time, you know, make a change, you know. And then she referred to the documentary Forks Over Knives. So I pulled that up one day, and I remember it was in the evening, and on YouTube, Forks Over Knives is a documentary. And I sat down and watched it. And when I got done watching that, my whole life changed as far as eating meat, dairy. You know, I woke up the next morning and I said, wow, what am I going to eat? I had some oatmeal and some water and some raisins, so that's what I made. And then I had all this food that was, and I was going to give it away to, you know, my family. And the Lord said, if I don't want you to eat it, why should you give it to somebody else? So I got my garbage bags, and I you know, just threw it all away, you know. So it was gradual, you know.
Excuse me. Well, how did your family take it when you when you decided to change your way of eating and cooking?
Oh, that wasn't very.
That was Thanksgiving.
It was November, because I think it was November the 4th. I think it was when I did this.
Wow.
And so it's around Thanksgiving.
Right before Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow. And you know, everybody always came to my house because I was a good cook, you know. I would be cooking all week, you know, making those bakery goods, and always had to take out containers because everybody left the house with at least a couple containers full of food, you know. So I think I told my daughter first that I wasn't going to be cooking Thanksgiving dinner, and that didn't go well in the family at all. They thought I lost my mind, especially Thanksgiving. And I remember my daughter saying, "What about that chicken salad that you know, you always made for me?" Oh, she said, "This is just too much for me." She said, I'm going to have to hang up, you know. And in a way, I guess I had kind of prepared him because a couple years before that, I had made up in my mind I wasn't going to make Thanksgiving dinner. So my daughter and my son, they all got together, and I tried to help my son because he was staying here, and to show him how to make the greens and all that, you know. So, but they told me that it wasn't the same as having Thanksgiving dinner here. So I guess in a way I had kind of prepared them. But
how did it affect your weight?
My weight, I ended up losing around 40 pounds.
Wow.
And I wasn't even trying to lose it, you know. The weight just just fell off, you know.
Wow.
You know, and mentally, I felt so much better.
Mm.
You know, my mind was more clear. I wasn't as stressed out. You know, I had more energy. You know, so. But it took a while for me to learn how to cook plant-based. You know, have to substitute eggs. You know, I use flaxseed, ground flaxseed to substitute for eggs, and it wasn't easy for me at first. You know, I tried a lot of recipes, but I was determined to stick with it. You know, so
Right.
and then if I made something, I would redo it, you know, the next time and make a little bit more change until I finally got it the way I was.
Yeah.
And then eventually, you know, my family, they liked my stuffing I made, and then I even used vegan cheese, and I learned how to make macaroni and cheese, and these candy yams I made, you know. So, you know, around the holidays, you know, if somebody came past, then my son, he became plant-based with me eventually. So on the holidays, I have somebody that would we would have our meals together. But I had to do, and I'm still doing what. So it'll be almost it'll be 4 years in November that I became vegan or plant-based, whatever you want to
Well,
call
you're
it.
an extremely good cook. And so the various dishes that you come up with are just absolutely not only nutritious, but they're absolutely delicious as well.
Thanks.
So I didn't know that there was going to be such a wide variety of food to eat once I stopped eating dead animals. So the variety is just almost, you know, innumerable. You can't even count how many different dishes you can come up with that are absolutely nutritious and delicious. Those foods that are not going to cause you to have cancer, or not going to lead to heart disease. You know, going back to that chipped ham that you almost bought. You know, who would have thought that that chipped ham is the number one carcinogen? In other words, that chipped ham is number one at the National Institute of Health as far as those meats causing cancer. And, you know, why don't they have labels on them? Why does the chipped ham have labels on it telling you, warning the people that if you eat this, it's liable, scientifically, it's liable to cause you to have cancer. But the chipped ham, the hot dogs, the sausage, all those processed meats are number one carcinogen. You know, just like smoking cigarettes and the various other things that cause you to have cancer. You know, so
yeah. So when I stopped eating meat and dairy, I guess it was a way of the Lord giving me a sign to avoid, you know, some illness that might have came, that I might have got, you know. Yeah, everybody's body's different.
Yeah, everybody's different, but the science is in. The science is in that you're really risking your health when you're eating those types of things. You know, and so one of our major problems, I think, is we don't, for one reason or another, we don't associate what we eat with the condition of our bodies. And even when we go to the hospital, the food that they serve us in the hospital is almost abominable, you know. And many of the same dietary reasons that brought us into the hospital is the same types of food that they serve us in the hospital.
Yeah, I witnessed that recently when a few months ago when I was in the hospital for my hip fractured hip.
Yeah.
And, there's some of the food that they, you know, they come in with this list and tell you, your selections.
Uh-huh.
So I end up eating oatmeal for breakfast and lunch, and
Oh my.
then you would bring me dinner,
Mm-hmm.
because then I was going to eat some of the soup, and the soup made my so much sodium, and it made my legs swell up because
Oh
I'm not used to
man.
all that sodium.
Oh.
I was eating
Mm.
some tomato soup, and we
Mm-hmm.
had to leave that alone. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so I had to very be very careful with what I ate when I was in the hospital for those two
Yeah.
weeks because I
Yeah.
didn't want to come out worse than when I went in,
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
food that,
Well. Well.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're both very happy that we've arrived at this place. Veganism began in 1944 by a British guy by the name of Doug Watson in 1944, but he also had a animal rights agenda as a reason why he stopped eating animals, and but veganism goes way back in ancient times. There's nothing new about veganism, and there's nothing new about whole food, plant-based eating either.
Mhm.
Although the name started recently, the name whole food, plant-based began in 1980 with a fellow by the name of Dr. T. Colin Campbell. In 1980, he coined the term whole food, plant-based.
Mhm.
But it just describes how we choose to eat now, and
Mhm.
we've never been more healthy. She dropped 40 pounds, I dropped 25 pounds, and and never felt anything short of amazing. Every day.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, it's amazing. That's how we met at a plant-based
oh
meeting.
yeah. You want to
Yes.
talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, yeah. That's how we met. It's a plant-based meeting at the Y, and
Mm,
you came in,
mm,
and the Lord put us together,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
a blessing. To have somebody that's eating the same way you're eating, because it makes the life a whole lot easier.
mm,
And
mm,
then we're still learning about
yeah,
different
yeah,
recipes and stuff. I learned in the last couple of weeks how to make chana masala and
yeah,
vegetable korma,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
started making a black lentil soup with.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
delicious, delicious. Yes,
so
yeah. So
just
we're.
learning and different spices.
Oh my
There's
goodness.
so many
Yeah.
different spices that you
Oh
can put in
yeah.
fruit,
Food. Yeah.
your food that
Yeah.
makes it so much.
Different plants. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't like well, I can't say I didn't like Indian food, but I never ate it that much. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but you have you love Indian food, and when I
Yeah.
first met you, first time we went out and ate some Indian food, and the spice level was like, oh. But I end up, after a while, you get accustomed to it, but now when I would go in, I always say, they say, what level of the spice, how hot you want the food, and I'll still say from 1 to 10. I always say 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
like the taste of food.
Yeah.
But with Indian food, yeah, there's a lot of plant-based options there
Yeah.
in the food, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I've come to love it. Somebody told me that's what love will do for you. It'll make you like something you never even thought about liking. So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being with us. And, in closing, just let me say that uh, believe in your own magic. Have confidence in your own self.
Mhm.
Understand that what you put in your mouth directly becomes who you are. I just want to say real briefly that I have a friend who's recently suffered 2 heart attacks, pneumonia that is fluid building up, in his lungs, and he's seen doctor after doctor after doctor. And so I called him one day. I said, has any of your doctors asked you what you ate? He said, no. The doctors only receive about 4 to 7 hours of nutritional training during the whole 8 years of their training. My daughter went to medical school for 12 years because she specialized in psychiatry. And out of that 12 years, she probably had only about 8 hours of nutritional information that she was required to learn. It wouldn't be so bad if not for the fact that 85 to 90% of everything that's wrong with our bodies is because of what we ate. My.
Yeah. I guess I wish that somebody would have told me years ago about. Yeah. But maybe my mind wasn't ready for it by then. Or maybe somebody did tell me and I let it go in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
But we're not here today to try to get anybody to eat the way we're eating. We're just sharing our experiences and our strengths and our hopes. And, you take what you like and leave the rest. And we hope that something we said registered with you or gave you an idea or thought, and changes doesn't happen overnight. It's, step by step, day by day. And you just do what the Lord's leading you to do. So thanks for tuning in with us today, and continue to follow us.
Subscribe.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
And we love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So it's never too late to
live happily ever after.
and to live well.
Thank you, family.
Thank you.